professionals, or at least me.
I'm a professional. We're rolling. We're going to start this motherfucker because I want to get cookies. Yeah. We really dressed up for them today, too. Aren't they lucky? I look a fright.
Peaked.
I do look peaked. I'm looking very peaked. Very crazy. Oh, I do have a cosmetic cup. Has any powder in it at all? Lord help me. Oh, it does. Hey girl, it's Hey Girl with Bobby Jean Spears. I'm Bobby Jean Spears, and I'm here with...
Are you ready? The bareback Contessa.
Hi, Scotty. What are you doing? I haven't seen you in so long since we just shot the exclusive.
Behind the beef curtains.
Only able to be seen. You have to subscribe. It's like their new tentpole show for our Patreon. It's called Behind the Beef Curtains, and it's not just your typical pre-show, baby. No, it's just us baking cookies, having fun in a
It's
kitchen.
me in my natural habitat and Bobby annoying me at the same time.
But also, I learn lots of stuff.
What did you learn? Tell us.
Today, I learned that
Go on.
that a sugar cookie is not just sugar.
Well, no shit.
That's what you told me.
You thought cookie
thought it
dough
was
was
like
just butter and sugar.
Yeah, I thought that was cookie dough. That's what I thought.
And that's definitely not what cookie dough is. And you learned that the difficult way.
Yeah, I ate a little bit of the butter. I thought it was ready.
Which is normal for you.
Yeah.
The listeners should know.
Why should they know? That's
because you
normal
can
for me.
eat a half a stick of butter on a slice of bread.
I do like butter. And you know what? I've been wondering why my blood pressure's been high. I've never really correlated that until just now. I feel like maybe I should cut back on butter because I do love butter.
Well, I mean, butter is a way of life.
I love a half a stick on one toast.
It's too much.
Never
It's too
enough.
much.
I like to cover cornbread.
Slapper.
I like to slather corn. I like all over cornbread.
I don't think I ever finished telling you during the pre-show. If
it's
we
not
have
the
like
pre-show anymore, it's called Behind the Beef
or
Curtains.
when we were behind the beef curtains,
which you could join for just $5s and $10s a month. Patreon.com/HeyGirlPod.
Bobby will, if we have like, if I make dinner and I serve like a side of bread and you want to like butter it, and like I didn't pull a stick of butter out of the fridge fast enough for it to like soften, or I don't have any like spreadable butter from like a Land O'Lakes tub, if you know what I mean,
Yeah,
if you will.
like a Fleischmann's.
What?
A Fleischmann's?
Isn't that vodka?
No, it's that margarine that's in the off-green, like the olive green containers in the grocery store. Fleischmann's. That's what we always had when we had margarine in the house.
We had Country Crock.
We didn't.
And it became a Tupperware after it was done.
We didn't.
After it was empty.
You didn't bring your phone.
Oh, I didn't. I never.
It doesn't matter. I'll Google Fleischmann's.
No, but Bobby will if the butter is cold and hard, he likes it hard.
Mm-hmm.
He will literally cut off like tablespoons of butter and just like lay them.
This is it.
Squarely, like cover the whole piece of bread with tablespoons of butter. Oh,
but it used to be in like an olive green container.
That's riveting information.
Yeah, it's Fleischmann's original
margarine.
You can get a 2-pack for $2.79 at
your
Instacart.
local Slop and Slave.
That is so riveting. You're not going to get content like that anywhere else. Fleischmann's is I knew I was.
We are now the new spokespeople for Fleischmann's.
You know when you have those things that you're like, I remember the weirdest thing from my my mom will ask me like, do you remember your childhood? Was I good to you? Blah. And I'm like, I don't remember. And like she gets offended that I don't like remember. But the weird things that I remember, I think are funny.
Yeah.
Like, so I just feel like I've always just liked funny things. So it makes sense that the only thing that
Oh.
I remember in life are things that are funny. Like, so, like weird. Like, you would pick out of nowhere. Like, I don't even remember when the last time my family sat down and had, like, dinner and, like, passed the butter. But I know that it was Fleischmann's and it was in an olive green container. I still remember that.
That's a happy memory.
What's a weird memory? Like, no, that's not it's not a happy memory. It's like
it's just like a random one.
Yeah, it's like weird. I don't know. Do you
know.
not have any of those?
I mean,
it just like triggers like when you see the same, like when I watch on TV and I see people who have the same crock pot I had when we were growing up or like when I was growing up, and like it's just weird to see like your crock pot or your Tupperware that I don't know. It's just weird. Like that 90s era Tupperware in the 70s that like everybody had.
Oh yeah.
And the bakeware.
So you know what I think of?
And the big Betty Crocker notebook, like cookbook that's like black and checkered and all that.
Oh.
That's
the joy of cooking.
Yeah, that's like the same thing.
Or no, that was the Better Homes and Garden one, I think.
Yeah, that was Better Homes. Better Homes, yeah. Great read. Read it from start to start.
Isn't that on Oprah's list?
I think it was in about 1925.
So you know that when we watch TV and like which is often, I always like to notice the decor.
Yeah.
So anytime I see like an applique on a wall,
yeah,
I immediately, or like,
what's an applique?
So like something that like a
the story
like a wallpaper kind of thing, like it sticks to the wall. So like, you know how people have those like live, laugh, love, where it's like screen printed on their ridiculous walls in their homes.
Yes, I hate it. My mom and dad had one.
That's an applique.
Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
So my mom, back when we were kids, she I can always remember my dad telling this story. It was hysterical. My mom thought like no eye for design whatsoever. My mother, none. Thank God she had a gay son.
She still to this day does not.
She has gotten significantly better.
But she's like, I feel like, is she like me? Would her and I be?
No. She's got it together way more than you do.
No, but I mean, I feel like I could shop with Sandy and we would like some of the same things.
Yes. However, this is the point. My mom got bit by the bug one day when we were kids and decided that we had to like refresh our house. So
I remember that time.
She painted the walls in our living room the most atrocious gold like color. It was disgusting thinking back about it. But at the time I was like, oh my God, we're in the like my mom's got it together. We like are cute now. But I was so wrong. But so she painted it this awful gold color and then hung this ivy border.
I remember this.
Yes.
I remember this.
She hung that ivy border. It was probably this thick. Okay. And it went around the whole room of the house. And she thought she had turned the party. Okay. And I was so happy. Like,
it did
looking
go
back
all
on it,
the
I was so happy for her. She was
all the way
feeling
around
herself.
the house.
So then, but there was one thing that she hated. The furniture that we had at the time was so gross. So my dad was like, yeah, we had to go buy brand new furniture to match $300 furniture to match the $10 fucking border that goes around the living room. Is that when you got
those green couches?
Okay.
They were comfy as fuck.
They were the most comfortable couches in the world. They were comfy as fuck.
I remember laying there on, I have a memory. You know, weird
memory.
Thing. That was a trigger for a memory. Me waiting for my mom to pick you up, or waiting for my mom to pick me up from your house, falling, like napping on the one that
the left seat or the couch?
One that was facing the outside.
The window?
The one that was facing the window was on the side that you go into the kitchen. I would lay on that one, and the big ceiling fan would, like, your mom had the windows open.
Yeah.
And they were watching football, and I was waiting to be picked up, and you weren't there or something. I don't know where you were. But it was just me sleeping while your mom and your dad watched TV, and I laid there. And I remember thinking to myself, maybe I like football because watching them like get into it, but then I was also sleeping. So the next time I was like, one day
You
I
were in
was
a
like,
fugue state.
one day I was like, I'm gonna try to watch football. Then that made me want to try to watch it, and so I watched one game, but like tried to watch one game by myself and realized
Couldn't, yeah.
I wasn't for me. I just
But
like
you know what was
watching
awesome
my
about those
mom watch
couches?
it.
Those couches. I remember like,
They were humongous, and
So-
they made your living room look the size of a
oh, you couldn't
pea.
move in there.
No.
To get from like the hallway to the kitchen, like you would have to like go out.
You
It
had
was
to
like a maze
zigzag.
and like
You did have to
you zig and then you
zigzag.
zag.
Zig
No.
past the couch.
Like my mom and I were big time cuddlers. That's why my mom was boy. We cuddled all the time on the couch and watched TV. Those are my happiest memories with my mother.
Oh,
That was our thing. Still is.
Oh, yes.
Mine less cuddling, but still TV.
Yes,
but I still
she
do love
loves
to like
TV.
cuddle her, and like I would be silly and like jump on top of her and just like put all of my body on her and be like, she's like, get on me. It's fine.
I'm your mom.
But
I'm like, get off of me.
I remember like her and I could lay side by side on that sofa
Yeah, it was.
comfortably.
it
like,
was
and
big.
there was no body.
That's why I
overhead.
always fell asleep on it because
It
it
was
felt
massive.
like a big old pillow.
A pillar.
They just swapped you up and swaddled you like a
We
baby.
had that green furniture forever.
You really did.
Forever.
Well, not longer than my mom has had the couch that she has upstairs.
That thing is atrocious.
Isn't it god awful?
It is the most uncomfortable sofa.
and it's so
And it is
ugly, and it's
in-
been pissed
beaten
on
through hell and back.
and, like dogs have shit on it. Like,
So many blankets on it covering up. Just,
eggs have been laid in there. Like there's lizards. There's like a whole colony of ants that spend the winters there. Like
I told her I could hook her up with a new couch, but she wants to pay $12 for it.
I know.
And I'm like, it doesn't work that way.
Well, you know why? Is because she's had this couch so long, and it's been in like
she bought it for
usable-
$200.
It's been usable for so long.
She bought it for $200.
And she bought it for $200, and now she feels like that's all she'll ever have to pay because it's been so long since she furniture shopped. I
want to
think.
be like, girl, you got your $200 out of
Her
that,
and Larry
then
just
some.
went on a journey to find him a new chair.
I remember, and it was
and they still picked something up that did not
The
go with it. Like they have a blue living room and they got a bright red like recliner, and like God bless them. Okay, no judgment, but judgment. Okay, like I understand that's fine. Like I just have to think of it like that's how Scott thinks of me a lot of the times. So I have to like, I can't blame them. Like
Yeah. Do you remember when they FaceTimed us in the selection that we were given?
yeah, and then like
And I was like, you
my
need
mom's
to just
the kind
get out of the whole
that
store.
My mom gets offended before like even like if she calls and says, "Do you like this?" Just say yes. That's like how I've gotten to
If
be.
she wants my opinion, I'm going to give it to her.
Not me, because I'd rather her just live in her world and whatever.
No, I can't. It's my duty as a gay man
What?
to give an honest opinion about interior decor.
Oh, I know, but she gets.
I cannot bite my tongue over a leather chunky ass sofa from 1992. I can't. I mean, a pleather sofa.
I know, but it was for Larry. He's having trouble getting out of things, and my mom's cheap.
I was like, I can get you a sofa for $350.
I know,
And she's like, oh, God, no.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
She asked me like what I pay for things, and I just tell her, and she's like, "You must have so much money," and I'm like, "No, Mom, that's not that expensive." Like I spent. She's like, if I had a nice jacket, if I bought something nice like a jacket, I would never tell her it was over $35, or I get a remark like, "Oh, so you must have money or something." Like she always wants to know how much money I have.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be like, I am destitute. Okay,
I am destitute.
I am a street rat.
Street
Street rat. I don't buy that. Yes. And
Come a little closer,
No.
you.
still I think he's rather tasty. I can take a hint, gotta face the fact. You're
You're
my
gonna
only
lo-
friend I boo hoo. Okay, we won't perform the whole thing, but we could.
Yeah.
And John's in there trying to sleep because
I
he has
guarantee you
to-
he perked up listening to that.
Maybe. You're my only friend, I boo. Who always has the hit the bottom. I don't want to get a copyright strike because they sound so good. But
Wait.
I don't know. No one knows.
Oh, our memories.
Oh yeah.
But that was,
We
I
were
think,
basically just talking about
anytime
my
I
mom's.
see those appliques, I think of that fucking border in my house from like 1994 until about 2007.
My God, that wraps up a story from so long ago because we just talked about my mom's awful couch that she's had for years too.
It wasn't 2007. It was like,
When do you think my mom got that couch that she will not get rid of?
oh, probably about 2007.
Yeah, and she wants another. Like, it's like she has like some weird
It's been
thing
15
for this
years,
couch
almost.
because like she's had multiple.
She has got her
She's
money out
had
of that.
multiple opportunities and multiple reasons. Like dogs have pissed on both sides of the cushion, like both
And-
sides of each cushion, and been cleaned or whatever. But like, and it doesn't stink. Like that's the one. Like I wish it stunk so I could be like, Mom, you gotta get rid of this. It stinks. Because if you plant a stink in my mom's head, she'll start to smell it.
Oh, she's got it. That
Like
bitch
she
has
can,
a nose.
yeah, she can smell. Like my dog, when I visit her house, will go back to the back room, and my mom, the minute a turd exits Gia's butthole, like the minute it pokes out of the hole and says hello to the world, my mom was going, Gia just pooped. And I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know where I don't know. And then,
Lower the hold.
Gia will come trotting out the hall, and I'll be like, oh my God, how do you do it?
that
That nose is just like,
I keep my G as like, what? Is she 12 pounds?
I don't know.
She is.
Yeah.
She's a dainty little girl. So
My-
she's teeny
like-
tiny, so her poops are teeny tiny.
Well, and at the house,
So to have a nose that smells those teeny tiny poops that aren't,
yeah, and
I have developed a scent for it
yeah,
because it has like,
it smells like a kind of like swim practice.
I don't agree with that.
I don't know why I said that. Like it smells like Boys and Girls Club locker room.
Well, that I'll take.
That's like what I'm talking about. Oh, and I don't mean that against the Boys and Girls Club.
It was like the Boys and Girls Club in Parkersburg, West
Our
Virginia.
Boys and Girls Club, not like gross.
the organization as a
Yes,
whole.
it was just like
Y'all do
hey,
wonderful work.
Yeah, we had to swim there, so it was fine. But oh my God, that's what
Do you
it
remember
smells
the
like. It smells like
hair balls
it
that would
smells
float at
like
the bottom
that
of
pool. It smells like that whole pool area. Like, because it had a distinct smell.
It did have a
and
smell.
I think that's what you're smelling because it triggers a memory in me too, a weird memory. There's
Yeah.
a lot of weird memory things that are, but like that's a thing. Like that's a weird thing. Like that my dog's turd gives me a memory of something, but I can't think of what it is. Like what is it that it's
I
reminding
could
me
just
of?
see you laying on the sofa being like,
And then finding out
Boys
that
and
it's
Girls
like,
Club.
oh
Gia!
yeah, that's it. I'm like, oh my God, it smells like the Boys and Girls Club. Like it's just weird. I have weird associations for things. Like Greyhound buses make me think of Washington D.C. because I rode there to one or rode
there in one.
Yeah, that's a lot hard. So like, but I don't know why that makes me think of it. I don't know, but
Fascinating.
yeah. Did you have any you had just walked in the door when we started filming and you were coming from work. How was work?
I actually had a really good day today.
That's good.
Honestly, today did wonders for my self-esteem.
My mom just texted.
Have you seen this?
What is it?
We're reading a message.
Breaking news.
It's about the birthday butthole.
Yeah.
For your consideration, the birthday butthole at It's Bobby Jean Spears made an FYC video for the Straight Talk
That's for your
Awards.
consideration.
A for your consideration video for the hashtag Straight Talkie Awards. But someone reported it, and it was being removed by IG because it showed a butthole, and apparently buttholes are illegal. Just FYI.
I didn't know.
Oh,
I'm making
bummer.
breaking news, except that it's just breaking to her because I've seen this, I think.
Oh,
But
she's so that's supportive. Oh my God, have you seen this?
I don't know what to think of it. Like, yeah, Mom, I saw that my butthole character is nominated.
I mean, it wasn't your butthole.
No, but it's just weird. Like,
It was mine.
how, like, I kind of sometimes feel bad for my mom because, like, the poor thing, like,
Literal.
Well, no. I feel bad for her because she has to tell people. People ask her how I am and what I'm doing. She has to tell them. I mean, it's getting to the point where it's hard for her to come up with things, I'm sure.
Just say
Well, now I told her
he
now.
works in social media.
That's what my mom says now. He
True.
manages. I know it is, but she's like, I don't know. She has to already explain a lot. I try.
Yeah.
So
Little doses.
I just try to give it to her in little doses.
No, but my day at work today, we had this. We were like, first of all, I rushed to get to work because I thought I had my meeting. I was scheduled at 1, but like, I usually show up around 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, sorry, I was replying.
But today I was like, oh shit, I forgot I have a meeting at 1, and I was pulling into the parking lot at 1 o'clock. So I'm like, all right, I'm good. And I knew it was like a larger meeting, and I knew everyone wasn't going to be there right on time anyway, so it was okay. But then I got there, and it was like, oh no, the meeting's at 1:30, and I was like, phew. I got in there all hot and bothered. I had a chance to like calm myself down. But we were like dreading this training today, and because it was called Trust Conversations, and it was all about being trustful and like, are you a trustful leader, blah blah blah. But we thought it was going to be some like bullshit like mandatory thing we had to do, and it was a mandatory thing that we had to do. But what a wonderful exercise it was. So we had like 4 categories, and it was like openness, which honk honk, wink wink.
Ew.
So there's openness, accepting, reliable, and straightforwardness. Okay. And you had to like you had to pick 2, like 1 strength and 1 weakness out of the 4. You had to pick just 2 things. What was your strength and what's your weakness or opportunity?
Where was this?
This is at work with my peers, with my
Today?
fellow managers. Yes. So like we did our own thing.
You had
and
to
like
do a
what
bunch of icebreakers today.
It's not even. That wasn't even. This was the whole thing. But so we did that, and then we like had a little talk
for you.
But then they said, now go through with the group here, go one by one, and you have them tell you what they think your strength and your weakness is, and say why. So I said my strength was acceptance. I always feel like I don't judge anybody at work. I'm very like, you can come talk to me about anything. I'm here.
Right.
But like Tanya, for instance, so funny. Everyone was like, well, we all know I'm straight, like the most straightforward person here, right? Like everybody like busted out laughing because that bitch will, whatever is in her mind is coming right out. But it's not in a bad way. She's just like, there's no beating around the bush with Tanya. She's right to the point and very like,
and you had to
matter of fact.
Today.
And it's awesome. She's great at it. I love it about her, actually. So, but like what you think you are, and then you have all these talks with your peers, and then they tell you what they think of you.
To your face?
Yeah, they tell you why they picked what they picked for you.
I don't like that. I don't want to know what my coworkers think of me at all.
As we know.
I have no desire.
You are too. We are very self-aware people. And I know all these people. So I know that there's nothing that they could tell me that I'm like, would be surprised by.
Yeah, like I'm ready to be read to filth.
Always like,
sorry, I suck at everything.
Everything about me is very like 100%. I'm very just open. You know what you get with me. I wear my emotions on my sleeve all the time.
Right.
But like what I thought were my like opportunities, people were telling me were my strengths. And it was very eye-opening. So I thought, like based on like what was in the category for openness, I thought that might have been an opportunity for me because it was about being judgmental, and I can be like I'm a gossip. Like I love the gossip at work,
but none of this can get you in trouble or anything.
No.
Oh, okay.
But I can see how
I feel like that could be, people could be shady.
The way it was, I can't remember how it was, but the way it was, I felt like, oh,
like that.
No.
I feel like people would be reading me.
Because openness was about being vulnerable. That's what it was. And the way I was raised, being vulnerable meant like was almost a sign of weakness. So like I never really like, I don't mind when other people are vulnerable most of the time.
Yes, you do. You don't even like Drag Race when it gets too emotional. You're like, I can't.
No, but like in person in a professional setting, I can deal with it no problem. Like I'm like, oh my god, I'm so supportive. Like, what can I do to help you? Blah 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 blah. Bullshit drama on television that gets me feeling a different way. That's more of like dramatic.
Well, you get awkward.
But but everyone's like, no. Anytime anybody needs anything, like you're the first person we call because we know that you'll like listen to us and then come. I'm like, oh my god. So after the class was over, like the store manager was like, so how do we go about this? How do we feel about this? And I was like, this was the best day of work ever. We need to do this all the time. I feel so on top of the world right now. Like,
well, that's good.
I walked out of that meeting just.
That makes you feel like you have your job security.
I know, it's so good.
Gives you some job security.
It does.
Unless it's like, but they're buttering you up and to fire you. But I can only advise on how to lose a job, not keep one. So if you ever need advice about that.
But what also helps is like
I've been fired 1, 2, 3, 4 times.
That's
now.
the other thing too.
So
genuinely liking the people you work with makes all the difference in the world.
I haven't had my headphones on this whole time, and I kept thinking that it was so soft. Oh my god.
I didn't even notice, Bobby.
They were back behind my ears like this, and I kept. Did you know?
Didn't even notice.
That's so much better. Hi. Oh my god.
Hello.
I hear myself now.
Welcome to the show.
I've been like, my mic's not working. It's not working. It's not working. I've been sitting here barely able to pay attention. My headphones weren't on my ears correctly. They were on there, but you know how like it's padded, Just learning this newfangled technology of headphones.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you. All right. I think we're gonna go to I haven't heard the cavalry call for the diner cart yet. If it's time to go to craft services table, but let me check. Ask my butler. Excuse me. Yes, it does. It does seem to be.
Mr. Church.
It does seem to be. We will be right back, and we will talk to you in just a second with craft services. In the dining room.
Hello, good sir.
It is craft services with Countess Bareback Contessa. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Duchess. Or whatever I named you.
So if you joined us, welcome to Craft Services with me, the Bareback Contessa.
Queen Euphigenia Doubtfire.
If you
watch
are
Behind the Beef
subscriber
Curtains,
on the
you already know
Patreon page, you will
that we
see
make
us.
cookies.
You will see that I kind of.
You guys want some
Bobby
cookies?
assisted me in the baking of cookies. It was a learning experience.
I did a good job.
There was lots of violence.
Where?
We were beating the shit out of each other several times.
I don't recall.
There are several
really
outtakes of us trying to film the intro and the outro, which are worth its weight in.
Which are always your fault because you just don't understand a good choreography.
Fuck off.
You don't watch. You guys watch it. I don't want to watch it.
I have the most. Well, never mind.
All right. Well, I want to dig in.
If you subscribed, you saw us make some sugar cookies.
We didn't have enough chocolate chips because I eat them in the middle of the night.
How's that diet going?
Really good. I'm going to start it again tomorrow.
And podcast day is cheat day technically.
Yeah, I just happened to.
We do this for you.
Yeah, but.
So we made some.
I do it for midnight.
We made some delicious sugar cookies.
Makes me want an Ambien real bad.
You guys want some Ambien?
No, seriously, like nothing is better than a 4 a.m. high on Ambien because you couldn't sleep and eating. You feel like you are on top of the world. That's why it can make you gain weight. So these are almond sugar cookies.
Well, they're vanilla and they've just been kissed with some almond extract.
Oh.
They have a lovely crunch, but it's still soft.
I have to think of a rating. A little dry. Getting the
Not dry.
maybe my mouth just is. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me take a drink here.
I'm really feeling these. I mean, is it the world's best sugar cookie? No, but is it a solid like
I guess I didn't expect it to crunch. I wanted it to
basic recipe?
I wanted it to mush. I don't like cookies. I like cookie dough that's warmed up.
You know what? I told John these kind of remind me like if you go to the grocery store, the bakery area,
Very that.
like the sugar cookies that you get,
Very that. So on a scale
but
of
better.
1 to 5 shopping carts, what do you give it?
I mean, it's a solid 3.5 cookie.
Okay.
Like just a good. It's a good basic.
I'll give
It's
it
a good basic.
I'll give it, even though I didn't have any input, I'm gonna rate them every time, whatever I want to rate them, and I'm gonna give them 3 or 3 shopping carts. I'll give them 3 shopping carts. Just because I want
Now tonight at
chewiness.
3 a.m. when
I'll
he
give
stumbles
them,
out,
I'll give
he'll
them
be giving
7
them
shopping carts. I'll be running a 7 shopping cart train on these. Yeah, but they're good. They're very like, oh, in the deli manager special marked down.
but
buy
like
these.
an elevator.
But like a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
just a little
Oh,
gay.
Just a little gay.
Just this little kiss of
Just
gay.
a little, like,
Yeah.
Ew. That was my butthole. Blew you a kiss. So,
But
speaking
it's
of,
definitely worth the watch to watch us make these.
oh yeah, I forget to plug things. Watch our Patreon. Behind the Beef Curtains is riveting content.
Are you getting lost in a moment eating your cookie right now?
Kind of, but I'm also thinking, like,
From
Oh.
this moment.
I legitimately think you should join our Patreon because it's
do.
funny. No, not you. Well, I know you do,
Mhm.
but I'm like telling them, I want you to, because we want you there. We really want you there, because it's fun. Anyways, yeah, solid. What are the other cookies we have to try?
Well, one just has some almond extract in it and one doesn't. One just has
What
vanilla.
did I have?
You
what?
had the almondy one.
One's lighter and one's darker.
Well,
so
I
light meat or dark meat?
the darker ones I just baked longer.
Oh,
They're definitely like very crispy. They have a good
Mm.
firm like
I see. I'm gonna
crunch.
dip that in oat milk later and rub it all over my body.
Oh, my
On
body.
my body.
My body.
I really am. I'm gonna like. I have to. It's cheat day. I have
It's a good tongue pop. It's a good
Oh.
cookie for a tongue pop.
Oh, it really is. If I could do it, but I just can't. I can't do it. So,
And of course, let's not forget
oh yeah, we got Hey Girl.
what we're
tumblers.
drinking out of our
Scott can show it.
our
off.
Hey Girl tumblers.
We're having some Musion and what else?
We're having
Oh,
our
and
Fres-
Fresca. We're having a Mujesca.
a Mujesca. And
Yeah.
we just put a splash of cranberry juice in there for color, just
and
to make
lemon,
it a little gay.
just to make it
Just
gay.
Just a,
Because like you might see us drinking this and think, oh my god, is that person straight? And I wanted him to be able to be like, oh no, he's gay. It's pink. So we
clearly
made
he's
it
a
pink.
homosexual.
Clearly, they couldn't tell I was wearing carpenter pants. So
Oh my god, the hottest guy came in the store tonight.
tonight, as opposed to tomorrow this morning.
Tomorrow this afternoon.
Have you talked to her lately early?
Before or after?
Not tonight afternoon.
So, tonight, I had...
Haven't heard I told you.
This-
That literally is the conversation.
You could tell this guy, he was wearing a
I
cute little...
can't stop laughing. I'm sorry. Have I heard you told to what? Oh,
Get
God.
it together. Take a breath.
Sorry. That's just funny.
The edibles kicked in.
No, it's just funny. That just made me laugh. It genuinely made me cackle.
No, but he was so hot. Like, you could tell he had a good thing going on under there. But he had on, like, the most boxy... It was tight in the ass, but it was, like, a straight leg down, but not a good... It was a Wrangler straight leg. So it was, like, the Wranglers you buy at Walmart. The really stiff, like, old man kind.
Yeah.
But you could tell he had a good can under there. And, like...
Mm-hmm.
It was the only saving grace to those jeans because you could tell like he had a lot going on. But and he had a cute like green bomber jacket on up top, like an army green, like little like just like a little, you know, like a little or like a little just
gay?
like bomber jacket.
Like a little guy.
So I'm like, okay, like lumber sexual
Lumbersexual.
Man, we just gotta get them jeans together, gal, because
Was he a homosexual or no?
I strongly doubt it in those jeans.
Not a homosexual. Ew. That was right into the microphone. Blick. 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 Oh my god, these really are drying of the mouth.
Those got away from me. That's because you were like,
I wasn't doing anything
you
wrong.
were trying to like slap me or punch me or scare me or
I was not. I don't think
put
so.
measuring cups on my breasts.
That's what I did. I did measure his breast with a measuring cup. If that's riveting.
That had
enough.
been in flour, so it had left a
It
flour
was so
ring
funny. It left him
my-
a flower areola right around
on my breast.
on his breast, right else under his bosom. Hold on, I have to take a drink.
Bobby's taking a drink.
You wanted to. We're really good at not having anything to talk.
I mean, it's called The Show About Nothing.
I
So
know,
like,
but it literally is so crazy to me that people listen to it, even if there's 5 people.
oh my God, we're over 1,000 downloads.
1,017 last time I looked. Total.
Y'all-
That's between all episodes, and maybe people aren't even listening. Who knows? I think people
I don't
are.
care. I'm gonna believe that they are. I'm gonna take it and run with it.
Well, I don't know. We don't get a ton of interaction. Like, I would love it if you do listen regularly, and you just aren't like us, because I don't know like who we're attracting
no,
demographically.
I
It's
get
all an
that,
experiment.
And I want that would be great if you did.
What?
But for our listeners to like interact and be
Oh,
engaged.
yeah.
However, my bar is set very low for y'all because I know I'm not going to interact and engage. So we're on the same page. I understand.
Yeah, but don't you?
But we would appreciate it.
Don't you want feedback? Like that's the difference between. Maybe do you want feedback at work, or do you just like?
Of course
are
I
you
want
that,
feedback.
Or are you that? Well, you just said like you didn't care if people interacted or whatever.
Well, no,
like
at work.
this is
I
work
like
for me.
Yeah, but see, it's fun for me. It's just pure fun for me.
Okay, I get that. Oh,
Some dust just
I'll-
shot out of Bobby's
I'll
mouth.
let me chew my dust cookie.
But
It's so dusty.
the struggle
Just
is real
call
in
me-
Bobby's face right
Just
now.
call me Dusty.
Dusty Ray Bottoms. So that I guess we're done with craft services once Bobby chokes
No, I
around the
was
rest of
just-
that piece of sandpaper that I made.
Yeah, wow, it was good though. Good sandpaper.
That would be good in milk.
It's going to be good.
I can assure you that it will.
I will grab my cup and I will pour my milk. Yes, it will be very delicious at about 3 a.m. Well, John's getting up at 4 a.m.
I thought you meant John's getting up.
No, at 4 a.m.
Where?
I can see right there.
Poor
in
guy
the
has to be
bedroom.
at work at 6 a.m.
Ugh. That's what it feels like at 6 a.m. No, he has to be up at 4 a.m.
But he has to I said he has to be at work at 6 a.m.
Oh.
So he has to get up at 4. Which usually he gets up
That
at like
really
4:30.
sucks. I can't do that. I cannot. I will lose my job. I have. Because I can't be on time. I could
When I
not.
worked at Starbucks
Oh my god.
and I had to
couldn't.
be
I
at
would be
work
fired. He has to do this once
at
a week.
4 a.m.
He has to do this once a week, right? Get up at 4?
Yeah.
I don't know his schedule.
I had to be at work at 4 a.m.
Scott knows his schedule better than me.
Well, it's Thursday. Every
I
Thursday.
know,
he
but
works
you
at
guys
6.
always know what day of the week it is. I have no idea.
But anyway,
Truly. My week. I have no
I totally just had a squirrel moment, and the train of thought that I was on has left the building. Girl left the station. She's gone. Don't
What do
know
you
where it went.
mean?
I was finishing a sentence, and it left me. I think I've lost it.
You've lost it. I'm gonna lose it because of this dry ass cookie. I can't respond to anything you say, and I'm just. You can see it in my eyes. I feel like
the
that. I'm
struggle
like
is real here in the dining room
terrified.
studios.
Terrified that I'm never. This is my last breath. This is my last minute on Earth. If I suck down, I'm gonna die. Like
Your
I might-
body is also incredibly dehydrated because you do not put an ounce of water in your body. all he runs on is Fresca and coffee.
Oh my god. Do you have my Fresca? Oh, I'm gonna have to drink this, even though it's alcohol in it.
There's Fresca in there.
I know, but I don't want to get up. Oh my god. I feel like I'm chewing Play-Doh. Oh my god.
Milk. Give
her milk. Please give her milk. Give her milk. Oh dear Lord, if you can hear me, if there's a real God, give me milk.
What you need is water.
Yeah, what you need is water. Oh.
I am incredibly hydrated, thank you. My cup is 40 ounces, and I drink at least 3 of them a day.
I'm swallowing it, and I know it's right here.
You better get it.
It's like,
a drink.
It's like reverse pooping. That's what it feels like I'm doing. I'm reverse pooping. That's what it feels like.
What is that?
Like reverse pooping, you know.
What?
It feels like I'm pooping it into my stomach, from my throat. Reverse poop, or like, or poop one, if you will, the first poop of the whole system. Your mouth poops into your stomach poops into your gut, and your gut poops out your butt. Like it's all one gut after another. You know what I mean? All connected. We're all connected.
This person graduated from college with a medical
Come
degree
loudly.
of some kind.
Come loudly. Medical lab science.
Come loud.
Come loudly.
Come loud.
Come loudly. Summa cum laude.
And that's how he just described eating and the digestive system.
But if you think about it, that's kind of it. Like if you wanted to explain it to a kid, that's what I would say. I'd say your mouth poops into your stomach, and then your stomach poops into your gut. And then
No, we get it.
Gut poops out your butt.
You
Then your
painted quite a picture.
And then it's like a little rhyme for people to remember. I feel like that's a good curriculum. Any educators out there?
A good what?
Curriculum. Curriculum. Oh my god. I can hear myself and I think it sounds fine. Curriculum.
That cookie has torn your ass out, girl.
Do I sound
Curriculum.
I don't know, I'm just tense maybe.
I can tell the amount, like I can understand the consistency going on in your throat right
Curriculum.
now. There you go. She's
curriculum.
Why don't you moisten that larynx?
Mm-hmm. I'm just waiting for the god to come back and play off craft services. We need it removed immediately. Excuse me. Sir, can you take the tray? Thank you. Okay. Sir, no need for it. Sir, yes, thank you. It's very nice. Yes. Thank you. We love that. Appreciate it
Lovely.
so much. So
Too
much.
right you are. Yes, thank you.
Much. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Right to live. Oh.
I performing. You knew. Oh. All right. We are back from that little break. I just was playing this different song because Scott wanted to talk about TV, and I wanted to brainstorm before I hit record as one does, and I said something like, I don't even remember, but it led into him and I having this long conversation and debating between this and that and what we should call it, and we had this whole conversation about naming it.
And then I said, well, why don't you, talking to the listeners that weren't there, unaware, I said, well, call in, we're standing by, we want to hear your opinion.
And he thought this was gonna, so he had been like not acting, but like
I
he had been on for he was on for the show. He was broadcasting. I can't. To no one, to just nobody.
He goes, we're not recording. It's like, what?
He had no idea. I am dead because God,
I wish that would have been on there.
You
That's
were
what-
being such a good conversationalist to me.
Conversationalist. Thank you.
And I was just like, I thought we were having a legit brainstorm sesh, not like, hey, let's name it on air. I thought I wanted to come in and be like, all right, so now we're gonna have some blah 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 with blah, and now it's just, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk about TV.
We were gonna say, should we call it like? Well, no, it's. There was a beautiful story there that led up to it.
We already talked about like how we should, we should name it, and poor Scott.
We're talking about TV. When I think about like two friends talking about TV, because I'm a giant homo and a millennial, my mind immediately goes to Will and Grace when Jack and Karen would meet at the water cooler.
Right.
At Grace Adler Designs.
Right. I know.
And they would talk about their TV.
Yeah. Behind
So
the
we were going to
water
call it like
cooler.
Behind the Water Cooler or Meet Me at the Water
I wanna
Cooler
watch
or
that
Water
episode.
Cooler Moments.
I like Behind the Water Cooler because it kind of sounds like gay. Good.
Behind the water cooler it is then.
Water cooler. I like that.
Water
Because
cooler
we've got
moments.
behind beef curtains, and now we've got behind. We're always behind things.
That's on period.
We're always behind. That is me, okay? That's my brand. I am
That's
on.
period.
Oh my god. That's my brand. That is my brand. Oh, see, I've already lost it.
Yeah,
That's
I
such
think
a
I've
good...
lost it.
Okay.
No. So we watched the Welcome to Water Cooler. Oh no, Behind the Water Cooler. This week,
Always being behind stuff.
you know that we told you need to stop what you're doing and watch 1883.
Yes.
Well, the finale aired, and let me tell you, the drama was real,
It was.
and it was there,
And it was.
and it was gut wrenching,
Ugh.
and it was
was-
happy, and it was sad, and it was tragic, and it's like,
It's such good television.
oh god,
I never know, like, if people like to hear other people talk about TV shows they recommend, but, like, I like to.
oh yeah,
But I never know if people are like, shut up. So that's why we only make it a segment, because we could make that just a show where we sat down
Yeah.
and talked about TV. I don't want you to think that that's what this
I
is.
recently
This is just
learned
a little
today
segment.
that there's a podcast going on for like with a whole cast of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is rewatching the show, and like it's all the actors that are in it,
Mm-hmm.
and they're watching the
The
show and then
Scrubs people
commenting
did
on
it.
it, and the Scrubs is doing it, and New Girl is doing it without Jess. It's just the four
Aw.
guys, which is still 100% fine by me.
I don't have it in me to commit to that. I can't commit to anything. That's why I like this type of show. 'Cause I just
do
don't
not
have-
have commitment issues when it comes to television.
I
None.
have it's just
None.
like I get too lazy to listen unless it's something like mindless. Like I just want to listen to something mindless and laugh and not like I don't want to like I don't know.
That would entertain me. That would be like a road trip podcast for me.
What?
To listen to I would listen to the New Girl one for sure.
Yeah, but you never will. Like sucks. Like why I can't commit to it.
Oh, I will.
How?
I will listen to it eventually when I travel somewhere. I've got a trip in October.
Yeah, but I just don't understand. But I would want to watch each episode for like beforehand.
Oh, I've seen every episode so many times that
I know, but I still would want to.
they could do that with Grey's Anatomy. I would host.
I
it.
love a recap. I like recaps.
Yeah.
Recaps set me up for what I'm about to expect. They do exactly what they're there for. 'Cause I forget
But-
really easy.
You don't say.
I do. I can't remember people's names or
Oh
characters.
yeah, we started the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel season 4, and it started, and there wasn't like previously on
And
or
I was
last season
so
on.
upset.
So we had to it started, it was going, I was like, oh, but like I remember season 3, I binged that shit in like a maybe 2 days. It could have been one. But I watched it all in that short amount of time, and I never watched it ever since. So I was not as I forgot there were some plot holes that I wasn't connecting the dots, so I didn't remember. So we had to stop at like 5 minutes in and do no more cookies. I can't.
That was the first one. That was my very first
I
one
can't
that I
listen to you choke through it anymore. We're those will all be for your midnight binges. Speaking of, it's almost midnight.
I don't know. I
No,
can't
but
see
yeah,
my
so we had to pause
computer.
it,
I'm
and then
too
we
blind.
watched. We had to find a recap on YouTube, and then we went back into it. And
Yeah,
then I
thank
felt
God
much
for
more.
thank God for weirdos that recap shows.
I so appreciate them.
Thank God for them.
Very
Thank
much.
you, Lord,
Thank
for
you
them.
sincerely.
Because a girl needs reminded. I
Yeah.
just can't. I'm like, wait, what happened last season? That was all the way in season 1. What?
The only thing I can
I
do
thought
that
that
with
just
comfortably is Grey's Anatomy.
I don't. I can do it with Desperate Housewives. I find that's a very important skill.
I could fall into any season of Grey's Anatomy and be like, oh, I'm good. I know exactly what's happening.
I could do that with Desperate
I'm
Housewives.
abreast with the whole situation.
I rewatch it once a year.
I
Annually.
usually watch Grey's Anatomy once a year, start to finish.
And I'm about to start, I think, because I'm running out of shows to like. What do I want to watch in the morning while I'm like waking up with coffee?
Are you
or,
still
like,
with 90210?
Yeah, I am, but like.
How is it?
Good. I'm in season 2. It's finally out of its.
After TV special.
Yeah, to get
After
out
school
of that,
special.
Yeah, to get out of that vibe, and it's more like teen and stuff. But the thing I'm noticing is so much, like, Jason Priestley's character is 16, and like, just in 2 seasons, he's had like relationships or will they, won't they's with like 32-year-old women.
What?
And like adult women or like 25-year-olds, and like they're like it was, and it just like Ian Ziering's character was Ian Ziering's character at one point is like 17, and
First of all, is
He
he
like-
supposed to be in high school in that show?
yeah,
He
and he
never does not look 35 years
he
old.
went, he was like looked at a girl and he was like, she's hot, and like David Silver like looked at him and was like, I think it was him, and was like, or no, it was Brandon, looked at him and said, uh isn't she a little young for you, or how old is she, 14, 15? And he was like, all Steve said was, young.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, this was what?
I mean, this was what, 1990?
Yeah,
1991?
1991, 92, but it was just so cringy. So cringy.
Gross.
And then I think they weren't allowed. There's like, they all went to a rave, and
Ooh.
someone, at 16 years old, and when they were in there at the rave, Brandon, who's like, I don't want any drugs. I've done drugs once.
Oh
and
God.
I don't want any drugs. And she like puts it in his drink. And I don't know what it's called that she gave him. They called it U4, the number 4, letter U, number 4, EA, euphoria.
It's probably
But
ecstasy.
But they called it euphoria the whole time. Euphoria.
Probably because they didn't want to like tell kids
Well,
what
back
it really
then,
was.
yeah. And so I'm like sitting here like, what in the fuck isn't this? Like, it's just so different to watch, but I need something like funny
Or like
too.
a caffeine pill.
It's kind of like very like Saved by the Bell. Like, I needed a caffeine pill. Or I don't know. I'm going to rip the walls off of this place. I'm not like that, but
Oh God.
I can do that with I can drop in anytime in Desperate Housewives and know everything that's going on. I just really miss that show. You didn't love that one like I did.
I mean,
I usually always.
I don't love it enough to go back and rewatch it.
I usually always rewatch Ugly Betty too.
Do you know what's another show that I have found myself like I've gotten back to more than I thought I ever would have?
What?
Ally McBeal.
I feel like I want to get back into Boston Legal.
Can I just say, first of all, Ally
Ally
McBeal,
was
the looks in the early millennium that this
know.
like young professional, like fresh out of law school lawyer that Callista Flockhart is supposed to be.
I wish I had time. I would re-binge them, but because I know I loved it, but I don't remember any of it.
I mean that is a great Greg Gurman.
Well,
Callista
I
Flockhart.
love Boston Legal, and it was a spinoff of that
Was?
with Will Shatner, and yeah, it was a spinoff of that.
I thought it was a spinoff of something else.
I don't know. Well,
Either way,
it was a
it's
spinoff.
what's Jane Krasinski is in that as her Elaine
Yes.
as her assistant.
Yeah.
That is one of the most excellent characters in comedy television.
Yeah.
In my like, she steals that show. But that show is so early, like late '90s, early millennium. It's hysterical.
Yeah.
It's She is in a courtroom with butterfly clips in like a full suit, like with butterfly clips and this like short little. It's hysterical. And it was like that wasn't the funny part. Like that was like the legit fashion.
Yeah. Oh, I see that in 90210, and it's just like, oh my god. And they like,
But
especially Tori Spelling's looks, like, whew,
and like
girl,
I can't.
den bangs.
What else? Okay. Grey's Anatomy and Station 19 are back,
Eh.
and it was okay, but I was still living because I'm back in my world. But it was just okay.
The
But I'm
critics
so happy
are
it's
in.
back.
The critics are in, and it was okay.
Fine.
Yeah,
Said
those are like
a
our
man on the
reviews.
street.
Those are actually, I forgot to tell you,
Oh yeah.
we have a bunch of.
We'll save that for the last part.
Well, I was getting ready to just tell them now. All our
Okay.
reviews are in.
That's right.
and-
Well, we're done with TV talk apparently.
Well, I don't have any other TV I'm watching.
We'll
I
keep you
rewatched
abreast with what else we're watching.
I'm watching Mike and Molly.
How's that? Oh, I guess.
I don't know.
Probably just prematurely
All
ejaculated.
right, so we're done with that. I'm still rolling, so you can.
Oh,
I just wanted to play
I
that
did.
off.
I needed to say one more thing.
What?
Outlander starts next week. Stop what you're doing. Watch Outlander. It's hot. 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 And every season is better and better and better. And one of the greatest theme songs.
I just have such commitment issues with TV. I don't have time.
And this season, it's all about the American Revolution. And it's been a big build up to it. And I'm so pumped. And I think it's the final season, too.
I have to watch it. Like, I have to binge something with someone that
I might be
pays
wrong.
good enough attention, because I get confused easily and I need help.
I don't think you would like Outlander, though.
Nothing really holds my attention by myself.
We did forget the most important one.
What?
If you are not watching The Gilded Age,
Oh, yes. Do watch that.
I am talking one of the best shows in a very long time.
So good.
So good. It is
Christine Baranski.
it's better than Downton.
Didn't you tell me that you read something about her? Or maybe I read it.
You read it about like she's always sitting.
Yeah, that she, like, someone said that it was not really, but they made a joke that it was like in her contract that she only has to stand once per episode. And I paid attention, and she really wasn't standing in one scene.
Until she ran across the street,
Yeah,
which was her big moment, which was fabulous.
that was awesome.
Okay, this isn't a scene stealer, but there's a moment. It's been like a moment we've been leading up to.
What? Oh, yeah.
What did she say to the butler as she stormed out? It was
I don't remember. She was
so good.
biting.
I can't remember, but I just remember being like, this bitch is giving me everything.
Yeah,
I
you
need
guys have to watch it.
in this moment. Like,
I'm glad we don't remember, because I don't want to ruin it for you.
So
It was
fabulous.
so good.
And the
Even though
costumes.
even though we can't remember.
And the scenery.
Yeah, it's just a good show, and we just feel bad for you if you're not watching.
It's very highbrow, but very stupid and very hilarious. But drama, real.
Drama, mama.
So, watch The Gilded Age. Watch 1883. And we'll meet you back here. Oh, and watch Outlander coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll try to keep you abreast.
And watch Behind the Beef Curtains
Yeah.
on Patreon. I just can't commit to TV shows. I just don't have the, I don't
Ugh.
have the,
I can do it.
I don't have it.
I need a man, not with commitment issues, but who can commit to television that I can. Like, that's the kind of commitment I'm
I
looking
can
for.
commit to it, but I just can't keep it all straight.
Oh, I gotcha.
I just don't.
You know, when you watch when I watch TV that like
I need to
I'm
watch
all
it
in.
with someone who will like let me be like, who's that? Wait, why are they fighting? Because I need to know that, or if I don't, even though it's not information you have to know this very second, I need to know, or I will dwell on it and I'll miss everything that's happening.
You're your mother.
Yeah, so I have to know right then and there who that person is.
Who's that? Why are they mad at him?
Yeah.
Why are they fighting?
Yeah, and I can't help it.
Why? Does he know that? Does he know? Do they know? Do they know that he's why he's doing that?
What's his whole history? Where was he born? What hospital? Who's his mom? Like, I
find myself constantly being like, we don't know yet.
My dad
Maybe
would say,
we just watch
my
and
dad
find
would say,
out.
You know as much as I do. That's when I would go to movies with my dad. No matter what movie, I'd be like, who's that? Are they fighting? Are they the villains? Are they the bad guy? And that's what he would say.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of
He'd
chatter
say-
when television
he'd go-
is on.
He'd go, you know as much as I do. And I go, but I want to know. You know as much as I do. But I don't get it. Is James Bond mad at that character? Or is he, what? I thought he was
Were you
good.
Cartman as a child?
Yeah, but that's how I feel like I talked to my dad. I was like, hey. I was having fun at school. But I forget what I was talking about now.
Well, we've wrapped up, so let's move on to the final reviews of our shows that we were going to talk
Oh, yeah.
of our show.
The critics,
The reviews are in.
The critics are in.
That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's
We're
hot.
being
That's
flooded
hot.
with
That's hot. That's
calls
hot.
and
That's hot.
interviews.
This is hot.
and-
That's hot. That's hot. This is really
I
hot.
can't even
That's
take
hot.
my
That's
trash
hot.
out without paparazzi.
Well, we just want to
That's
celebrate
hot.
being
That's hot.
downloaded in
That's
some
hot.
format,
That's
even
hot.
if by
That's hot.
mistake,
That's hot.
over
That's
1,000
hot.
times,
That's
which
hot.
that says
That's
something.
hot. That's hot.
We have a lot of friends listening, but not more than like 4.
Regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Even if
I
you
don't
just
know.
stumble upon us,
so
we hope you had a good time.
yeah. And every okay, great. That was
This is
beautiful.
a lot more than I thought it was gonna
This
be.
is what you tune in regularly
Yeah.
for.
You're welcome.
I just feel like we have. I feel like we have reached over 1,000 views, so we're celebrating.
Yeah. So, some of those reviews,
Yeah, the
They've been
reviews
great.
are in. We haven't been canceled yet.
a friend
And-
of my mom
I-
said she listened to it.
Yeah. We're getting like the phone boards are lighting up, and people are saying that the critics are insanely like. I'm so high that I'm watching this thing. No, I'm sorry. I'm watching the microphone go up and down, and I was thinking while
And
I
you
was
lost your train
talking-
of thought.
No, I was still talking, but that whole time I was talking, I was looking at that thinking, hey, that's going every time I talk, it's going up to there. And then that red light is going up to there. And then I was thinking,
Fascinating.
oh my God, I have no idea what we're talking about. I'm going to have to ask. This is going to be
We're
embarrassing.
reading reviews.
Yeah,
Remember
but
that
see,
guy on
we've-
the street said
yeah,
it was
but-
perfectly adequate?
Yeah, but you rushed me into that bit. That was a bit that I planned that was going to be funny, you guys. Let's just break the fourth wall, okay? What? I'm just like so sick of your lack of professionalism. Let a bitch know. Let a bitch know when we're
I
doing a bet.
Did when you tried to cut off TV talk.
I
You
know.
stoner.
I know, but that's what happens when you do this to me
I
before
thought
a
that was.
show.
I should have known better that was not an adequate.
Adequate?
That was not an adequate reminder
What?
to remind you when you cut it off the first time prematurely.
Yeah, I just forgot what we were gonna do, and I panicked and just hit a button.
No, I get that. We all get that.
I know, but I was just letting you know that like something is. I'm just like, I just felt bad because I was like, I'm about to have to reset this whole conversation and say, what are you
Yeah,
talking
we were
about?
gonna read the random reviews.
Yeah, but it was gonna be funnier. Like I was gonna make a sound effect. I haven't done it yet because we're recording this
You
a
were
day
gonna put work
earlier.
into that. You were gonna produce that part a little
Yeah,
bit.
and now I didn't get to because we're recording a day earlier for Scott, And so I had a bit planned, and now it's fucking ruined. It's just, this is
So
so
we
it
do
turned into
find.
this bit.
Remember,
Our bits never work. It's what doesn't work.
last week
You
we
just throw shit to the wall and see what sticks.
like for a few episodes we were planning, and then last week we kind of just threw it all out the window and just went with it.
And it was
And it
fun.
was one of our most listened to
the
episodes.
same amount.
So
of
we were like,
people or
fuck
more.
it. Because we're
Yeah.
best when we're not trying to stay on task by any means.
And it doesn't mean that there's not a little, we will do like different things.
But like throughout the week, we're like, oh, we're going to do that. Oh, we're going to do that.
yeah. And
So then
sometimes we do, but a lot of the times we don't. And I think that that's fine.
So.
What? I do. I think that's fine.
We're-
We're talking about stuff. Like if people.
Oh,
wanna
I agree. So sometimes
People
it's
are-
great, and apparently sometimes it's a fucking train wreck.
Yeah, but like we are just like getting feedback, even if it's from like an old, like a good friend that you've had since high school. That's like, please don't stop. This is so good. Like, she's listening. I know.
She's a super fan.
Yeah, but
Super duper fan.
and it doesn't take away from the fact that like
I love it.
yeah. So and like she's not listening. Ironically, she enjoys it.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe it's possible it has been downloaded
think-
1,000 times,
How fun.
but like I don't know.
Here's what I did have this thought the other night.
But like are random people following you that you don't know?
Yeah.
That you don't know.
I don't know anybody on my fucking page other than you.
Has anyone? Well, no, I guess I get your notifications or not. You wouldn't do anything, but yeah, people are following you. And
I had a thought the other day
what?
that I'm like, what if one day we go home back to our hometown and the city's abuzz.
Right, that would be weird. That would be so weird. I would be like, great.
Or like,
I want to be famous, and now I'm only famous in West Virginia.
well, no, like
Great.
I know,
no.
I always say
no,
this about the hometown.
No,
Anytime when
No
I'm home, I
offense.
always have to like run an errand for my mom, and it usually involves the grocery store, which I'm fine with.
I'm coming down a little bit and starting to comprehend.
Okay, good. And
Whew.
the Kroger's on 7th Street is where I will go. 'Cause it's just
I
right
love
over the
that
hill.
Kroger's. It was so close
But
to me.
every fucking time you walk in there, you're gonna run into somebody that you know.
Yeah, I've tried to avoid going places. My mom's like, "Where do you want to go to
You
eat?"
can't
I'm like,
avoid it.
"Oh, I want your
You
yummy
run into
cooking."
your 4th grade teacher. You run into
Yeah.
a mom of a former teammate from high school. Like
Or the mom of the girl you made cry because you called her
Yogurt
yogurt
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise. You see her.
No, it's like it's always just somebody completely random. So I can imagine like walking in and seeing some person that I was an acquaintance with in high school being like, "Oh my god, I listen to your podcast. It's so like
I know. I am nervous for it to be around my mom because I haven't told her I'm doing this because I don't really tell people like that's like a thing for me. I don't tell really unless it's someone vitally involved in it.
Oh my god, though.
I don't tell anybody I know I'm doing it
I don't either.
because
Except for Amy and Abby.
Yeah.
It's like
So I'm not like I'm keeping it like a secret because like I don't want to either fail in front of people or succeed in front. Like I just want to wait.
I don't care what any of those bitches think back home.
I
though.
just want to see what happens. No, I know I don't care about that either. But I'm just seeing like it's just weird. Like if we became West Virginia famous,
West Virginia gay famous.
famous,
Which is like nothing.
Right.
The bottom.
Yeah, there's, like-
the very, very but like below the bottom.
our audience right now we feel like is partially all Mid Ohio Valley women age 30 and up.
And those
and-
two people in Poland.
Yeah. Yeah, two people in Poland. One person like accidentally hits.
We've got international.
Yeah, we're
International.
yes, dear.
No, but listen to this. When I was home for Christmas and I was with my cousin and her fiance at the local watering hole that everybody goes to on Christmas. It was Thanksgiving.
And so
Okay.
red. Should not have had
So Blake's fiance and I go up to, or Blake's fiance goes up to the bar to get another round, and Blake and Jackson have an Instagram just reviewing sausage, egg, and cheese sandwiches in New York City. Okay, because that's where they live.
It'll be
And it's
a dream.
it's very, very like it's there. There's not a lot of content there, but it's still like cute. However, and there's not a big following. We're at the fucking bar in middle of nowhere, West Virginia, and Jackson's standing at the bar. He comes back to the table. And he's like, "Oh my God." So I'm standing at the bar, and this girl goes,
burp.
no, but this guy goes,
I even went like this. I covered my mouth and leaned
burp,
far back. And I have these special burps I can do. I have these special burps I can do. I have to explain what I'm talking about. Shut up. Oh, it's making my cheeks hurt. Quit.
Stony baloney.
Quit. No. What I was saying is important.
Burp.
I know. What? What'd you say?
Burp.
Oh, yeah. I have these special burps that I can do where if I
burping?
know that it's the right amount of pressure and it's just the right amount of stress on the like push that I can like say the word burp
whilst burping.
while burping, and like it sounds so cool. It sounds like
burp.
It's like burp, but I can't fake do it. And if I have to be very trusting of the burp, because if I am not trusting of the burp, it will backfire and I will barf. Like puke will come out into my mouth and I'll have to swallow I'll have to swallow vomit. So it's risky when I do it. So when I do it, I get really, really excited.
So back to the story.
What story?
Jackson walks back to the table. He's like,
yeah.
"Oh my God, you're never going to believe this. I'm standing up at the fucking bar." And this girl goes, "Aren't you BOCNYC?" And Jackson was like, who's not from this town,
Yeah.
knows nobody there.
Oh my God, that's so
And he was
crazy.
like, "Oh my God, yes. Like, how did you know?"
What if we're at like Myrtle Beach on Broadway on the beach and somebody's like, Are you
Bobby Jean Spears.
Are you the bareback Contessa? In front of your whole family. In front of your whole family.
I didn't think this came through.
Oh my God, are you the bareback Contessa?
All my nieces and nephews, like, we're walking down the boardwalk, family vacation.
Oh
my God.
You're with your nieces and nephews and gays are screaming, "Yeah,
Work, you better work, bareback and Tesla.
this gets my dick hard."
Where's the butter and sugar?
That is so funny. We did not think your name through.
Oh my God.
Oh, because
I could just
I
imagine the
haven't,
look my
like-
mother would give me.
well, your mom is like liked a picture on her Instagram, so if she's listening. She's
for
listening.
the love of God. She's not, I promise.
I don't think mine is either. Mine doesn't know about it.
If she
because
is, hey girl, love
if-
you.
I can't. My mom can't. She just. I feel like she won't get my jokes, and she'll like make fun of me. She won't get it. She'll only like. She'll be like, "What do you mean? What's that?"
But anyway, how crazy that Blake with
No,
that.
but I
Isn't
was
that
like-
insane?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Blake, her mind was blown.
But
Blown.
my mom was on speakerphone, and John was about to say something, and he was like, "Yeah, they talked about it on the pot." And I looked at him and I go, "What are you about to say right now?" And he goes, and he like pivoted real good.
Which is not a strength of his.
No,
He's not good at switch it on the fly.
No, because my mom, I don't even know if my mom listens to podcasts or knows what they are or understands.
Yeah.
I'm not like embarrassed of it. I just feel like it would be such.
It's just more work.
It would be so much work because I feel like I just don't have the time. There are 6 Alexas in that house, and that is why lean on right now to take care of her. If it weren't for those Alexas, she'd be in a home. Not really.
I wanted to do the
love her.
burp.
She's funny. She actually can only herb if she is listening. She knows she herbs. She burp. She can't. She literally says she cannot
They never
physically
come out.
burp.
I'm having another cookie.
Go for it. Have some sawdust. But I just think it'd be funny if we were like in one of those shops, like on what are those shops called?
Like the boardwalk.
Yeah, the like Eagle
Under
stores,
Wings.
the Wings and Eagle, like all those stores, and
Kings.
you're there with all your nieces and nephews, and they're like, "Hey, bitch, aren't you the bareback Contessa?"
Oh my God, it's the Bareback Contessa. I love your podcast.
Yes. And you have to explain to your kids, like, or well, your nieces and nephews, like, what's going on when you eat this crumb that I just picked up. I'm gonna throw it on the carpet.
I knew you were
Nom,
going
nom,
to.
nom, 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 nom. Well,
This concludes the podcast.
I feel like it does. Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah. Sorry if this episode was weird. I had too much edibles.
And there was no preparation.
Oh, there wasn't. And we'll just see how it goes. So again, we're so good at promoting ourselves that I forgot to
Such
promote us.
professionals.
I forgot to promote us. You can follow us on Instagram at
Mhm.
HeyGirlPod. You're throwing crumbs all over my soundboard. You can follow me at It's Bobby Jean Spears, and if you do, hi. You can follow Scott at It's the Bareback Contessa.
Hey, girl.
Don't tell your kids. And I think that's all. If you don't have the Instagram, I always think to myself, what if
Self.
I always say to myself, nah, say self. What if people don't have Instagram? And I say self, you make so much sense. And then I forget.
I was going to say, does this train have a caboose?
Yeah, it does. But I forget what it was because something made a rustling noise.
There was a stirring. It's probably your fucking fat ass cat.
Yeah. What was I talking about?
Fuck if I know.
Oh, if they don't have, at this point, if they're done listening, they're done listening. But I just wanted to say for the people, what? Literally, these are the people who are staying after the credits for the post-credit scene. You know what I mean?
Were those people?
Well, no, because they could have turned it off during that song that was just played. They probably thought that was the end, but we kept going. So this is the after show. If you stayed tuned.
The show is not ended yet. We're still signing off.
No, but I wanted that music to be like, I
Oh.
wanted to hit stop, but we kept talking. So I guess I didn't communicate to you that this would be the last.
You didn't set me up. I was
No, I'm
prepared.
sorry.
We're even.
No, that's fine. It all washes
So
out.
anyway, follow us
Yes, and I listed all of our names
on Instagram,
I listed
on
everything.
Twitter.
Oh, I was talking to the people who might not have Instagram. You can email us. I'm sure you have
Oh.
email, and we can get the party started that way, and we'll figure out other ways to connect to you. But
and what's
I
that
really-
email address?
it's heygirlpod@gmail.com.
Once again, that's
heygirlpod@gmail.com.
and finally, that's
That's what.
heygirlpod@gmail.com.
Oh, yes. Sorry. All right. Now we're really done. I'm going
Thank you
to-
for listening.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Brian.
Goodbye, Brian. Thank you for subscribing,
Brian, thank you.
Oh, I didn't promote our Patreon. If you're still
Oh yeah,
listening,
follow us on or join our Patreon.
give us money on Patreon. You'll get to see
The
behind
pre-show
the beef
was good.
curtain.
I slapped Bobby with a spatula
Yes, you do, and I
right on the ass.
need milk. Give her milk. Give her milk. Give her milk. Give her milk. Well, that's on my trackpad. That's a coaster. It's not working.
Uh-huh.